What's up, you guys? I'm excited. This is our second video for our announcements and how we're going to coordinate on June 21st, our OU MAD workshop. So thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you guys for volunteering your time, your heart, your love, your effort, and your mentorship towards our kids who may be struggling with anger, or we may be preparing them on how to deal with anger when it arises. So a couple of things I want to share in this video so that we can be on the same page as we move forward in meeting in person, that we all have the clear understanding, same language of what would be taking place. So let's dive right into it. So I'm going to use my backdrop here just to explain a couple of things. All right. So as you can see, this is our schedule for today. It's very easy, very simple. We're gonna have lots of fun, but I want to break it down to you guys in a way where you guys know what activity is next, who's facilitating that activity, who's presenting that activity, and how we will move forward in a flow that everyone knows when it's their time to come up and do their activity. All right, so the first one, we're gonna greet and we're gonna welcome everybody. That's gonna be a roughly 10 minutes. The next one is going to be the Pop It Challenge. I'm going to go over that a little bit later. I'm going to share 3 slides with our participants. Then we're going to jump into the Anger Stress Ball, which is going to be great fun. 2 slides after that. Then we're going to go to a video. And after that, during that time, as it accumulates, it will be now lunchtime. We will be feeding them. We'll be going over that a little bit later in another video, how lunch will be prepared and served. Then we are going to our next activity, triggers. After triggers, I will do 4 slides, more content, more information about anger. Then we will do another fun activity, it's a breathing exercise. And then we will go to another 3 slides of content. Then we will transition from those 3 slides, and then we will do the poem by Marjorie. And then we will have worksheet time where we have folders for each participant, where we have a couple of worksheets in there that the mentors will be able to work with the participants at the table, and we'll go over that as well. And then for fun, we'll have an anger photo shoot, and then we have some Q&A hangout time where you're able to ask certain questions, we're able to answer them. 15 will be time and mentoring. Then we're going to close out, and then we'll have gift bags for them. I want to bump up real quick. When we see Q&A hangout time, we're going to insert actually our vision board time, and I will also add more information to that as well, where Miss Vivian will be facilitating that, but we're going to get to that. Okay, so real quick, I want to go over not these slides. I just want you guys to see them real fast, real briefly in the video. All right, these are our slides. Okay, so I want you guys to just check those out, but we won't be going over them in the video. But these are the slides that I mentioned earlier, and some of these slides are slides that are like splash slides. So when you see it, that slide come up and I introduce the activity, that is your cue to move forward to facilitate that activity if you are one of the presenters for these specific activities. Okay, I want to do something real quick, and it's not part of this video at first, but I decided to do it because I'm thinking about certain things as I'm talking with you guys. All right, now job descriptions. We're going to go over job descriptions real quick. I have a sheet, a form, a PDF, and I will be sending this out to you guys in the group. So if you miss anything or don't hear anything that's dealing or pertaining with you in this video, please look at this PDF that I will be sending out to the group. All right, so job descriptions. So the host, which is myself, and it says right here, if you guys can see it real clear. I can't read it, it ain't big enough for me, so let me do it like this. That's better. All right, so host, Roshan will MC and give instructions to the next portion of the event. Host will also introduce table hosts and facilitators of each activity. So I will be hosting the event, and I will be calling each activity participant up to present that portion. All right. If you hear my baby upstairs, that's Shyla. All right. So next is table host. This is very important. Table host. Table host. 10 table hosts, 2 at each table. So there's 5 tables. There's 20 kids, 5 tables, and at each table there will be 5 kids, but there will also be 2 adults at each table. All right. So there will be 2 hosts at each table. All right. So be on the lookout for the instructions that I will be sending out for table hosts. Now, table hosts, you guys are the mentors. We all are mentors, but those specifically who are at tables, be engaging, be connected. We say in ministry to know their name, know their story, know that they're praying for, know their name, develop an understanding of who they are and their story, and in your personal time, pray for them, because we're dealing with anger, we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with feelings, and sometimes the enemy can be in a place in their life where they're seeing and being exposed to so much that anger is actually the thing that drives them. So we want to be praying for that as well. All right. The next one we want to talk about in activities and job roles is the pop-up game. Now this would be Denise, and it should say Elika, my typo right there. Denise and Elika will come to the front and stand on each side of the round table. There will be a round table in the front. When the host says go, both leaders will run to the opposite wall and turn around 3 times, then run back to the center table, and then they will grab a poppet that will be on the table, and the first one to finish the poppet have to say, "Oh, you mad?" to their opponent, almost like rubbing it in that they won. All right, so this is going to be fun. If time permits, I will give you guys practice time as well. And also when we do our outing before this event, where we all come together and eat, I will go over a little bit of these things so we can have a little bit of fun. I may bring the poppet so Denise and Elika can practice as well. The next one is called Catch. This will be ran by Mariah, and you will instruct all participants to form a square and pass around the anger ball as they answer one question to the participants, and it lands on the hot potato like game. So what that is saying is we will develop spots in the beginning of the event where there will be square. There will be a square, there will be a square where all the kids form around the square, and there'll be red spots on the ground so they can stand on that spot. And just as some of you may be familiar with the bullying ball from our anti-bullying match card game tournament, I also have a stress ball or anger ball that gives you questions on the ball. It's a big inflatable ball that has anger questions on it. And as we go around with the ball like hot potato, I may beatbox on the microphone like I did last time. And whoever gets the ball has to answer one of the anger questions. And Miss Mariah will be able to respond to their answers and continue to facilitate the game that everyone will have a turn. So that's called Catch. All right. The next one is Riley's video for those who have watched Inside Out, a very, very good movie. If you haven't watched it, especially if you have kids, please watch this movie. It deals with emotions, it deals with anger, it deals with joy, sadness, all these type of emotions. But there's a clip that I took from the movie that Aisha will present to the class, the participants, and she will ask the question that pertains to the slide about the behavior of Riley that's sitting at the table. And she has kind of like a crash out, meltdown moment. And we want to dive into that. But Aisha, you will be facilitating that. You will be asking questions and you will get their response. Next is the breathing technique. This will be facilitated by Miss Chastity. Miss Chastity will instruct the participants to stand on, again, the red circles in the front to form a square. Then we will play nice soft music, and Miss Chastity will teach several different breathing techniques in an atmosphere that's kind of calm, soothing music, more like massage music or instrumentals that are very, very calming, so that Miss Chastity can speak over the music to teach them the breathing techniques so that they can feel comfortable in relaxing and just having a moment of meditation. That this would be kind of a technique that they can use when they start to feel the anger rising in their life when us not around. Now, the next one is Float and coordinator Demille will check on tables. So you have two mentors at each table, but also you have Demille who will facilitate and coordinate serving you guys in anything that you need at the table, whether it's something missing, whether you have questions, whether you need something. She will observe all 5 tables. She will observe the whole event. And when someone needs something, she will be there as a floater to assist in any way. We all need her assistance. So be observant that if you need something, you lift your hand up. She will be coming to you. We're going to go next to Poet. Miss Majeray, she is an amazing artist. She do poetry. She did an amazing poem at our last 2 events that was heart moving, but at the same time, she ended up doing one last time that affected so many kids afterwards that we wanted her to do another one. So she will be doing a anger poem also as well at this event. And also she will be doing our next activity. It won't be in this order, poem triggers. We want to give her some space to space it out a little bit, but she will be doing this event. We have trigger signs that we will be giving to each kid, and Majeray will share what a trigger is and also pass out the trigger signs so that the participant can write down their triggers, and the table host will help them. What are the things that push their buttons? Do they know how to identify the things that are going to push their buttons? Because if they can recognize them and identify them and write them out at the same time, they can be prepared to woosah or be prepared to deal with it in a positive way because they recognize that this is a trigger that gets them angry or mad. So Miss Majeray will also be presenting and facilitating that. Vision board will be by Miss Vivian. And she will explain what a vision board is, and she will encourage participants to create one that show the benefits of not holding on to anger. So we're going to have poster boards, we're going to have cutouts for them, glue, and they will create miniature vision boards. And what they will do is they will illustrate in a way what it looks like not to hold on to anger. So they will develop a vision board that shows this is what they look like when they're not holding on to anger. So they have that vision of being happy, being joyful. Instead of operating in anger, they use methods and techniques to release that anger, and it brings them to this place of what they look like on the vision board, which is happiness and joy and being liberated from that anger. So she will facilitate that, and I also will coordinate our Nintendo Switch prize in that, and that will be coming soon, where I will piggyback off of the vision board as a contest. So the one that engaged, the one that was the most creative, the one that maybe explained and articulated with passion and excitement, that was really into the activity, we will have a voting system and they will win a Nintendo Switch. This is a $300 and something prize, so the kids are excited about it. Some already are familiar with the Nintendo Switch being a prize because of my advertisement. All right, moving right along, we have food server. Michelle, Megan, and Miss Cynthia will set up the food and serve the participants. They will also monitor snacks and drinks just in case they want some throughout the activities. Miss Michelle will be the head coordinator of the table, and Miss Megan, Miss Cynthia will also be like the server, runners, and filler-uppers of the food. This is during lunchtime. And remember, Demille is also a facilitator and coordinator, so she will oversee all 3 of them as well, just in case they need anything while they're at the table and they're not able to leave the table. Next, we're almost done. Facilitators will set up leaders. This is Damon. Damon will help with setting up monitoring room and bringing help to technology support. Damon will also lead families into the program. So Damon and I are kind of like the manpower that's there at the event. He will not only lead our families up the stairs as they come into the event, but we also have some technology, some sound things, some slides that may need transitioning that he will facilitate and coordinate as well with our pro presenter, the program that we use to show the slides on the big screen. So he will also help and facilitate that as well. Now, couch leader, this is the next to the last one. This is Miss LaRonda, and she will prepare to do one-on-ones sitting in with participants, excuse me, they need to talk about anger or they just need a therapeutic break. Now, this is very important to me because I had a vision where on the hardwood floor, and I will show you guys kind of like the layout, but the hardwood floor, there will be a couch, there will be a big bean bag, there will be a rug there. It's more of a chill spot, a therapeutic spot. It looks like a therapist's office, if you will, but in a cool way, where maybe some of these activities, conversations are hitting home, and maybe it's maybe too much for them. And mentors, you will know if one of them see if one of you guys will see them dealing with something, or something triggers them, or they're talking about something that gets them emotional. Miss LaRonda will be prepared at any given time to pull them from the table, sit on this comfortable couch area, and have a one-on-one with them. So I thought that would be a great idea to give them a therapeutic moment if need be. Food floater, once again, Miss Cynthia will assist food serving and will help replenish the tables and drinks if need. So now this is PDF that I will send to you guys. I'm going through it pretty fast, but once again, we're going to break some of these things down individually as well as collectively as we start to meet. Now, also, I have, and I will share it with you briefly so that we can conclude this video. I have the seating chart. Now, this is not the seating chart for the participants. This is the seating chart for my mentors. So 2 mentors will be at each table, all right? And this is the therapeutic area that I was telling you about. This is the stage area. And again, I will send this out as well. But I want you guys to hear the person that you're mentoring with, so you guys can pray together, you guys can communicate together, you guys can develop a one accord in your heart, spiritual position for your table. You're going to have 5 kids at your table. So this is important that you guys as ministers and mentors develop a teamwork oriented attitude toward the participants that will be there, because they're coming with their little hearts, they're coming with their attitudes, they're coming with maybe some dysfunction from the home, they're coming from maybe bullying from school, and that anger, when it comes to your table, you two on one accord would be able to address that anger in a way where you tag team it with the Spirit of God. So I'm going to say some names real quick, and I want you guys to just lock on your name and the mentor that you're teaming with. All right, so it will be at table 1, Denise and Bianca. You guys will take table 1, Denise and Bianca. Table 2 will be Chastity and Mariah. Chastity and Mariah, you will have table 2. Table 3 will be Elika and Vivian. Elika and Vivian, you guys will have table 3. Table 4 will be Marjorie and Miss LaRonda. You will have table 4. Marjorie and Miss LaRonda. Now, table 5 will be Aisha and Agnes. Aisha and Agnes, you will have table 5. The sound and tech booth will be Damon. The sound and tech booth will be Damon. The serving table will be Michelle, Megan, and Cynthia. Michelle, Megan, and Cynthia. And our floater and coordinator over the whole entire event will be Demir. Demir, you will be the floater and the facilitator, coordinator of this whole event. And here are y'all names. I don't know if you can see it, but I will make a PDF of this as well. Okay. And as for that, I think that's it for this video. Here is the list of the participants that will be here. I'm not going to say their names in the video, but we have 19 participants, and I have one that may be our 20th one I'm weighing it out now in April to see if they can participate. However, we will have 20. That is the goal. I will max it out. So we will have 20. But I want to encourage you guys to be in prayer for this event. Be in prayer for me. Be in prayer for Denise. Be in prayer for yourselves. Be in prayer for all our participants, the atmosphere, the technology, the microphones, the activities that will be in the program. Once I give you guys complete information of the activity that you will be hosting, please go over it, rehearse it, practice it as if you have kids in front of you at your house. But more information to come. I'm continuing to get information, goodie bags, food. I'm getting our t-shirts. I'm getting the work folders with the worksheets inside of it. I'm branding some of it, so we're getting stickers, notebooks, all these things I am accumulating behind the scenes. So I am working very hard behind the scenes, and I'm praying for you guys as well. So be on the lookout for more updates. I'm trying to give you as much information as I can virtually and through the group, so that when we meet, we all be on the same page, so I won't have to overload you guys with a lot of information, a lot of content, because some of our meetups, I just want us to fellowship, break bread, eat, laugh, have a good time, get to know each other, and yeah, fellowship, so that we all be on one accord and we be excited to minister to these kids. Think about, some of these kids may be a little you. I asked you certain questions in the group chat because I struggled so much with anger when I was younger. And when I got to a certain age, anger was the weapon that I used, whether I was fighting, whether I was carrying firearms, whether I was hanging with the wrong crowd. Anger was the answer. And when the Lord delivered me from that, I understood that I could put my trust in Him. And there are others methods and techniques to deal with anger, and we can pass that on to the next generation. Love you guys. My baby is crying upstairs. Let me go check on her as well. Pray for me as I pray for you guys. This is going to be an amazing event. Remember, my motto is stay connected. Peace.